Hi everybody, I just wanted to say thank you so much first of all for helping us out with assessment tasks and for watching the video. I just wanted to say that I was hoping we could do this, kind of electronically just to save you all's time so we didn't have to meet face to face. And I feel like it is something that, we can do on our own time and kind of submit, and that way we can get our assessment done for social sciences. So what you'll have is a zipped folder that I've sent you, and I've randomly assigned each person some artifacts, and I've done the random assignment so that one person doesn't end up grading all of or scoring all of the history artifacts, another person all the psychology artifacts. So with the random assignment, hopefully you have a really nice variety of artifacts there. We can always get together if needed, so I know this can be a little bit of a different task. We haven't done this way before, and so if anytime you want to get together with me, IRE is also willing to help, so just please let me know. So this thing is very new. What we're doing, it's the first year of trying to actually, score our students' artifacts against a rubric. And so it's going to be a process of just trying to figure it out. And so that's part of the reason why, too, it's taken me a little while to get through these artifacts. It's just figuring out, how to go about it, how to even distribute and then grade and collect these artifacts. So, it's definitely a process. Just kind of do what you can do. The big thing is you're not grading these. So these were not... this is not something that you have to check grammar, spelling, worry about really the content or anything. What you're really looking for is just a few criteria that are on the rubric. And so each person will be sent the rubric. They'll be sent a selection of artifacts to grade. And then each of you will have what you can see on my screen now, which is this Excel spreadsheet. So this is our data analysis spreadsheet here. And we're a little bit out of frame, so let me try and make it bigger. All right, so I stopped that for a second so I can make the spreadsheet visible. So each person will be sent this spreadsheet. And so all I'm asking you to do is to open up the assignments that you're given. So this is one that I'm using as an example. It's not one that's actually been given to anyone, but this is one that one of my students turned in recently. All of the artifacts should have identifying information removed from them. So I went through each one and tried to make sure that happened. If you see any identifying information, please just ignore it. Let me know that it's there if you can, and that way I know how to make sure my process goes more smoothly so we're not identifying students. We also don't want to be identifying instructors. So obviously if you're reading something on history, you're probably reading something that, someone's turned into to one of our historians, but I don't want it to specifically say the instructor. So the goal here is just really to look at student learning, not to grade or to assess specific students or specific instructors. And so what I would do then is go through this assignment and I just read what the student provided me. Then I look at the criteria. So this is our criteria. Everyone will be sent the rubric. And for what we're looking at now, it's a mix of critical thinking and information literacy. So there are 6 areas that I'm going to look at. So I'm going to pause the video so you don't have to watch me actually go through this process, but I'm going to look and see how well I think the student did explaining information, how much evidence they gave. So I'm going to do that now and then come back. Okay, so I've gone through this first assignment and just kind of given what I believe to be the appropriate markers there. So you'll see the markers here. They're also on the Excel spreadsheet. And so I just pulled them up, view side by side, reviewed this assignment, and then went through and decided and wrote down on my little paper what marker I thought they should get. So this is assignment 0.1 because it's an example. And so all I would do now is, select the assignment I was reviewing, which is 0.1. And then I would say for this first issue, explanation of issues, determining information needed, we see that on the rubric as the very first thing, explanation of issues, determining information needed. So for that student, I said I thought they had a 2. For the next criteria, a 3, a 1, a 1, a 2, and a 1. So then that completes that assessment for that artifact. So if I were going to do more, then I would go ahead to article number 1, artifact number 1, and do the same process. So since you all were randomly assigned, you're going to be filling them out, kind of sporadically. So your next one might be 17, and then 37, but you would do the exact same process. So it's just this criteria here. If you're really not able to evaluate the student, if there's no information present there, you just kind of, aren't sure where the heck you're supposed to be getting that from based on the artifact you were given, then you can put not able to evaluate. 0, they don't meet the benchmark at all, so they didn't even meet that minimum criteria. And then benchmark, number 2 is a little bit better. 3 is getting even more improved. And then 4 is kind of the top. You think they've done really, really well. And specific information about how you should mark that is listed within the rubric itself. So it shouldn't have to be too much guesswork. Reviewing this artifact here maybe took me 5 minutes or so, but it was the very first one I reviewed. So I imagine some of these will go pretty quickly. Hopefully it won't be too burdensome.